At first, before Novalya, we did it, of course, but manually, and it took a huge amount of time. So we launched the Afterworld starting in January with invitations from Novalya. And so we went from 10 to 20 people at the Afterworlds to 30 to 60 people. Novalya, it works.
In this video, you will discover how to go from 200 followers to over 3,000 in 7 months in order to sponsor to go find new partners at IAD. I'm lucky to have Alexia exclusively, who works at IAD. She is a trainer at IAD who kindly agreed to take a little bit of her time to do this interview with me. Alexia, what exactly do you do at IAD? Tell me a little more about yourself. Okay, so.
Alexia Sanchez, I've been at IAD France for over 5 years. I don't have a background in real estate, and I was trained to do this job. And I was trained to ultimately become an entrepreneur since I used to be an employee. So today my job is my main job. I remain a real estate advisor. So I handle transactions with clients, which includes buying and selling. And I support people in their real estate projects. And then I have a second role where I help people like me with career changes or professional transitions. That's why I'm a certified trainer within the IAD France network, and I help them get trained in this profession, create their business, develop their team, create their strategy, and so on.
So, in fact, if today someone is watching this video and thinks, well, I'm interested in IAD, I want to know more, why not a career change? They should turn to you. Exactly.
We also formed a team called the Freedom Team. So we are a large group that allows us to support each individual based on their specific profile.
Yes. So to send a quick message, contact Alexia to see if this real estate profession interests you or not. In the description of this video, there will be a link to her Facebook profile. You click on it and send her a quick message. And maybe for you, this will be the opportunity to change careers and dive into real estate. Tell me a little bit, Alexia. We're doing this interview also because we know that real estate at IAD is about building teams, having other people to work with, and getting paid for it. I know that today is your big challenge. Today, you went from 200 followers to 3,000 followers.
What did it feel like to reach 3,000? It brought me visibility. It brought me recognition. That's what's really important in our business. It brought me a slightly larger network, which means that now I have the opportunity to build bridges between the different professions and provide better support. My teams, for example, in our line of work, we might need a mover, we might need a painter, and so on. So it allows me to connect people with each other in this profession. So it brought me a lot of things.
Yes. And you mentioned the strategy earlier that you put in place. It's been less than a month since you launched really to grow your teams. Your goal now is really to grow the teams. Can you tell us a bit more about the concrete results you've had in a month?
Yes, absolutely. In fact, a lot of people are looking to change careers. Why not real estate? And the important thing is to know, are we interested in it? Are we not interested? Are we capable of doing this job or not? Do I have the skills and the inclination to do this job? Would I enjoy it or not? That's why we set this up. The Freedom Team with the Freedom Academy, a pre-integration before starting this job. So the strategy is being done with Novalya. It allows me to contact as many people as possible to offer them this pre-integration, to give them a bit of a taste of what it's like, if you will, a sort of day in the life experience. What is this job really about? Because we have an image of it. The media gives us an image of real estate. Some people give you an image of what the real estate profession is like. And in fact, each person, based on the image they want to create for their business, can present this profession in the way they wish, with the national profile that awaits them on the other side. So there you have it. The strategy, it's really there. It's about, thanks to Novalya, being able to contact as many people as possible to present them with the opportunities in light of what people would like to do with their future based on their own values.
Yes, so if I understood correctly, you use Novalya on a daily basis. You talk in groups where there are people who are changing careers, who have questions, right? Exactly. And she sends them a little questionnaire. We're not going to talk about the questionnaire. It's exclusive. It's KL. We're not going to specify. It's a secret. It's a secret, exactly. But actually, she sends a questionnaire to hundreds of people over weeks to get in touch with those who are looking to change careers. Because she knows that's her target. She contacts as many people as possible like that with her little questionnaire. She communicates with them, and then it happens naturally because they are good people. They send a good message, and she, on her end, offers them her job. Basically, that's it. That's it, exactly. So you stay at home, and they come back to answer your questionnaire, and then you just have to chain the closings, the trainings, and launch them on your training. Exactly as simple as that. Top, bravo, congratulations. So this is the first part, the new strategy she's been launching for a month to grow her team and get more referrals. But I know you also have another strategy that you've used for your get-togethers, your not really get-togethers. What do we call them again? After-work events?
After-work events. Networking after-work events. Yes, exactly. Because after having supported dozens and dozens of people in this profession, I realized that what transforms the best, what works the best, is the act of building your network. So, with IAD, we have a little app called Proper Tips that rewards word of mouth. And through this little app, we can create a network that will bring us business and provide people with additional income. So we've set up after-work events in the Lyon region every month. After-work events centered around this Proper Tips app to create a big network. It gets people working, so there are a lot of entrepreneurs, but also individuals. It creates connections between each other, and it gets everyone working. It helps everyone do business. Indeed, in September 2022, we launched a strategy with Novalya to reach out to as many people as possible. We started with entrepreneurs, with groups of entrepreneurs. Contact as many entrepreneurs as possible, because we know that when you're an entrepreneur, you feel a bit alone. When you start out, you don't necessarily have the connections. You're a bit on your own, etc. In fact, we realized that in our street, there are 4 entrepreneurs who are in the same situation as us. And actually, we don't know them. So with Novalya, we started sending out invitation messages to create after-work events. So that was in January 2023. So at the beginning, before Novalya, we were doing it, of course, but manually, since I mentioned we started in September 2022. So in September 2022, we take our address book and start reaching out to people. Sometimes in cities, we have little booklets with all the entrepreneurs in the city. We do cold calling, etc. It takes a huge amount of time. And by doing that, you're no longer doing your job. And that wasn't the goal with these after-work events. After-work events were about always having time for work, but at the same time creating connections. So we started in January, the after-work events with invitations from Novalya in the entrepreneur groups. So we went from having between 10 to 20 people at the end of year after-work events in 2022 to 30 to 60 people at the after-work events early 2023. And so we continue in September, because the next one is, I think, on September 5th, the first Tuesday of September. And there you go. And actually, what's interesting is that Novalya is going to allow me to connect with a lot of entrepreneurs to create this after-work event. But as a result, it has an impact on all the entrepreneurs who come to the after-work events, because if I multiply the number of people, I multiply the communication that will happen during the after-work events, and therefore the business. So it's really a beneficial effect for everyone. Of course, beneficial for everyone.
Of course. And on top of that, at these after-work events, you only have business leaders, just entrepreneurs. What do entrepreneurs do? Sooner or later, they buy. That's why we create these groups too. Because being surrounded by entrepreneurs, she will already be able to recommend them if she needs a service. But above all, these entrepreneurs, they buy houses, they buy apartments. And if she, as a real estate professional, knows all the entrepreneurs in the area, the plumber, when he's doing work at the lady's place and she says, oh, I'm going to sell my apartment, who does he think of? Alexia. The entrepreneur who does the painting hears, I hear about work, things like that, because I do painting, because I'm going to sell my apartment. You thought of Alexia, she does after work events and all. That's how business works. So that's why today, if you want to succeed in real estate with this after work strategy, you need to have as many people involved as possible. She told you, you do it with your phone. In that case, you won't sell anything anymore because you'll spend your whole day on the phone. Novalya is 100% automated. You set it up, you launch it, and you have your guests. You set it up, you launch it, and you have people who want to earn more money, who will respond to you, and you'll be able to grow your team. It's up to you to choose. One day to grow your team, one day for your after work. You are 100% independent. It's very, very simple. The only thing you need to do is take action. When is your Novalya strategy? When do you set up Novalya? Well, listen, I have 2 kids.
So in the morning, I launch my Novalya while my kids have breakfast, if you want. And then between noon and 2, I respond to messages, sending voice notes to interact right away with the people who replied to me. And in the evening, I take care of my part. CRM, since there's a follow-up part in Novalya to say, okay, I responded to him, he's at this stage of the process, etc. Since we said there's a real strategy behind it, it's not just about sending messages.
Can you believe it? She sends 10 messages to 10 people who are looking for an opportunity to change their lives, to switch careers. She has 6 responses.
That's good. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. As you said, after that, it's all about taking action. It's up to us to continue the communication behind it. But anyway, I can tell you that Novalya works. 10 messages, 6 responses. If I had to, like Manon, say, I want to be friends with you and send a message, there you go. I wouldn't have made breakfast with my kids in the morning. So
we wouldn't have done the interview for long. At the same time, you wouldn't have had the time to do any interviews. You would be working today. Novalya exists. We were created, designed, especially for all those entrepreneurs who understood that you need volume. It's like back in the day when we used to put flyers in mailboxes. If we put out 50 flyers, nothing happens. If we put out 5,000, 10,000, 50,000, then something happens. Prospecting and success come from the numbers. There's no other way. It's all about the numbers. Well done, Alexia. What is it? What are your goals for the coming months?
Listen, we're launching, as I was telling you, we have the Freedom team. We launch 3 Freedom Academies a year. The next one starts in September, October. So we have a little promotion coming up with people who are going to learn this trade. So there are still 2 spots left. So if ever, there you go. The little link in the comments. So the goal is to fill the session for the end of September, October, and then set up the back to school after work events to simply continue and see the impact that my strategy has with follow-ups. As you were saying, there's taking action. And I would say, in addition to taking action, there's the discipline and determination to keep going, because we have answers. That's great. It either transforms or it doesn't. That's okay. You really have to go for it. You can't give up. As you were saying, it's about the numbers, and the tool is really well made. And if I have someone, let's say, if I have a person who responds to me saying, I can't make it to the after work in September, then every month with my CRM, I'll send a reminder that maybe they're available in October. He's going to say no. I have people I invited in January who are coming in June, and that's okay. And there's a continuous link. And thanks to the CRM and my little follow-up steps with Novalya, I don't lose anyone.
In fact, exactly, it was 1,200 followers transformed into 3,000. What is it? It's entrepreneurs, it's people looking for opportunities who follow her daily on social media. Then after a while, they say, okay, I'll send him a message because I like it. What she shares, that's right, the followers. In fact, it's better to have under 200 followers who are interested in real estate than 5,000 who aren't interested in real estate. And that's the power of Novalya, is that you'll only have followers who are interested in what you do. So sooner or later, they will send you a message. Some will contact you right away. Some will take a little longer and will follow you on social media. Listen, Alexia, congratulations. Now I'm going to ask you the last question. Okay. The practical question of this interview, are you ready? Yes. Can you imagine tomorrow morning during breakfast, you serve breakfast to Lulu and you launch Novalya and it says, Gatien, you've blocked your Novalya.
What are you doing? I'm not happy. I call him Gatien. I don't know. Give me back my Novalya. That would throw my entire strategy into disarray. That's not good.
I assure you right away, I can't do it and I won't do it. Okay? Alexia, thank you for your time. I invite you to take a seat. The question is, do I dive into real estate or not? Or do I want to grow my team? Because you're already with IAD, you want more success. There's her link right below. She will help you either make the right choice or build a big team to have the income that goes with it. You also want to do after work events. You're already with IAD and you say, I want to do after work events. I want your strategy. Contact her. She will be able to help you boost the number of participants at your after work events. And that will have an impact directly on your sales. And that's already pretty good. You're here and you've never heard of Novalya before. What is Novalya? In the description of this video, there's a 14-day, 100% free offer to get started. Go ahead, dive into success, prospect, go find your future clients, and I wish you every success, Alexia. I wish you all the success as well. Thank you for the interview. Friends, click. It's free, 14 days.